made that girl. How are you? You made it. Got it. We're doing it, son.
I believe our clerk is in place and ready, and all of us that are going to make it past the elevator are here and accounted for. So, with that said, and with a couple minutes of grace, hereby call this meeting of the Henry County School Board to order. Mrs. Easley, if you would, with the roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Alker.
Here.
Mr. Gravely.
Here.
Ms. Durden.
Here.
Mr. Hardy.
Here.
Mr. Martin.
Here.
Ms. Whitlow. Ms. Edwards. Ms. Wilson.
Here.
Well, glad to have you all here, and we'll recognize further later our newest member, so thank you. First item we have is the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion towards that?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you, Mrs. Durden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Edwards. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you very much. We are up to the welcome of visitors. We do thank you all for making it through construction downstairs, and I look forward to recognizing many of you for your wonderful accomplishments here very shortly. You'll only have to deal with traffic jam leaving, but if you all would, please stand for a moment of silence, and then we'll do the pledge. Mr. Gravely, if you would lead us, facing discipline.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You all may be seated. All right. We are up to the main event. Awards and recognitions, student recognitions. I'll admit I don't have right in front of me who's up first to present, but looks like Coach Akers. Oh, Coach Sue. Coach Sue, you want to go?
So we have Xander Ashley for Magna Vista Baseball, first team all district and second team all region. So big congratulations to him.
Yeah, get the time to get his photo up, right?
Yeah, he's got two. Thank you.
And
Hey,
you?
Coach.
Oh yeah, and coach of the year.
Yeah, I was gonna
I want to congratulate y'all for one outstanding season, in my opinion, the best season that Magna Vista ever had.
One of them.
One of the top 4 in the state. That is saying a lot.
Yeah. Ed K is the main reason right here, this guy. He does a lot of work.
Thank you very much. I did not know would want to claim that he was my Little League baseball coach.
Finally had a chance to bring that up to you. Brian, come on in. I had 7 guys make the first team all district, 4 all region, and 3 all state. This is the only gentleman that can make it today, and I'd like to recognize Brian Ruiz today for his 2nd team selection to the all Piedmont district team. We had a very successful season this year, made it to the quarterfinals of the state once again, and can't say more. I'm so proud of my boys.
Thank you all very much. Congratulations. All right, so next up. Yeah, track and field.
Good morning. I'm going to split this up. There's a lot of recognition here into district first, then region, then state. If you would just give a shout out in the hall right there. I know it's kind of crowded. All right, all district first. Jonathan Milner, 4x100 relay. Damaris Harris, 4x100 relay. Carolina Brown, 4x100 relay. Ethan Dukes, 4x100 relay. Will Mabe, shot put. And Jarrell Carter Jr., shot put. All right, ladies for all district.
Can we pause for a photo?
Yeah, you gotta get your photo off now.
Coach, do you want to be in the photo? Do you want to be in the photo?
Did you say no?
Coach, you want to be in the photo?
Sure.
I was gonna say, you really don't have an option.
1, 2, 3. Me. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies, Piedmont District recognitions. Zai Patterson, she's being recognized for long jump, 4x100 relay. Jada Carter, 4x100 relay. Amanda Reynolds, 4x100 relay. All right, moving into our region recognitions, ladies, don't go too far. 100 meter and 200 meter and 4x100, Zai Patterson. All right, 4x100 relay, Jada Carter. Boys. 4x100 relay, Ethan Dukes. From that crew, so. Now our all-state recognitions, I have the boys first. All-state, Alex Shaver, 4x100 relay. Damaris Harris, 4x100 relay. And Ethan Dukes, 4x100 relay.
Thank you. Did you get rid? Okay. All right. Go.
Everybody.
our ladies for All-State, Jada Carter, 4x100 relay. And Zai Patterson, 4x100 relay. Thank you all, that's it.
Thank you very much. Alright. So, student recognition now? Okay. Well, next up, we have the 2025 ESBA Media Honor Roll. Dr. Blake Lewis will present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. It's my honor to read the recognition from the VSBA Media Honor Roll. Whereas in each community, the public schools are shaped by the community to provide the most appropriate and effective education for the children who attend those schools. And whereas public schools are dependent on the community's support in countless ways, including support in setting goals for the education of our children, in establishing successful volunteer and booster programs at the schools, for annual funding of operations, in periodic bond elections, in the election of qualified school board members, and whereas much of the community's knowledge and opinions about the public schools rely on responsible reporting by local media representatives who decide which news to share with the community, how much attention will be focused on various issues, and what the tone of the reporting will be. Now therefore be it resolved that by a unanimous vote, the Henry County Public Schools School Board place the name of Taylor Boyd on the statewide VSBA Media Honor Roll, calling attention to the ongoing responsible and exemplary nature of reporting on this community's public schools. We express our appreciation for your balanced and accurate approach to sharing with this community both the challenges facing our schools and the successes achieved by the teachers and students. Your work has aided this community in focusing on the goal of providing the best public schools we can for the children who attend them. And Ms. Boyd is with us today, so Ms. Boyd, if you would please come forward. Copy of the resolution for you, as well as a small plaque. So if you would join Mr. Martin here.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Let you go first.
All right. I was gonna say, I got a trip hat.
Oh, so watch yourself.
I know, well, I made the motion, you got to go on the other one. Thank you very much. So I believe that ends all recognitions for now. Okay, thank you. All right, so we are up to section C, public comment. Now to confirm, Mrs. Easley, has anyone signed up with you?
No, sir.
Public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, if no one has signed up for public comment, then we will dispense with that portion. And before I can let you all know how much I thank you, and you are free to leave and stay if you like. I don't blame on one of you. So have a great day. Thank you again. Appreciate y'all. All right, we are up to, it says information agenda, but there's nothing. All right, so we are dispensing with that. We are up to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve those as a block, or do we have any to pull out?
Mr. Chair, I just want to make note of number 6. We can approve it as a block, but I just want to make a comment there on the student code of conduct, because just recently, I don't know if you guys read everything or not, but we made a revision to including our dean of students. In page 5, we identified staff or personnel that deals with student discipline. However, that particular position was somewhat, well, we just approved the dean of students, so it wasn't included. But after looking at the revised copy, just want to make the board aware that it is included, in the code of conduct, and later on, I think we'll look at including our safety officers once we get that squared away. Just wanna make you guys aware of that.
For sure. Any further comment, or anyone wanna make a motion?
Move that we approve the consent agenda.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dragler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Walker. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Unanimous, thank you very much. All right, we're up to the action agenda, and we have, first, the approval of request for direct services through various vendors associated with, RFP a lot, and here comes, Ms. Taylor.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. As you described, this is an approval request for direct service through various vendors associated with RFP number 21-10263-8253. A little bit of background, it was initially approved, that RFP was initially approved in fall of 2021 and allows Henry County Public Schools to contract with a variety of vendors in order to meet special education service needs. Direct services for students with visual impairments from a teacher of the visually impaired, or TBI, and orientation and mobility services, or O&M, are required by law to ensure consistent service delivery and compliance with individualized education plans. Other services that are challenging to staff include on-site or virtual remote school psychologists and must be secured in order to ensure compliance with evaluation timelines. Contracted vendors include Allied Instructional Services, Comprehensive Therapy Consultants, Presence Learning, Sunbelt Therapy Consultants, and the Stepping Stones Group. It is the recommendation that the school board approve the request for direct services for students with visual impairments, or TBI, and orientation mobility services, O&M, through approved vendors in accordance with the RFP listed above, for the 25-26 school year in order to fill a variety or a current vacancy and continue to provide uninterrupted service delivery for students with visual impairments. Additionally, it's recommended that the school board approve other related services or support such as on-site and/or virtual remote school psychologists or related services in accordance with the RFP above, in order to maintain timelines and compliance. Please note that the estimated fiscal impact is $350,000. I did go on the high side to make sure that it was covered, in case we had other vacancies arise. But to provide direct services for students with visual impairments and O&M services, school psychology and related services through the approved vendors, using fiscal year 2026 state and local budgets out of state and local special education funds, as well as 6B grant funding. Are there any questions?
Not seem to be any questions, any commentary? If none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the request for direct services through the various vendors associated with the RFP she presented.
I second the motion.
I was gonna say, I had a feeling you would, Mr. Hart. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, unanimous, thank you very much. All right, we are now up to, and you've had some time to review this, and since I described the other as a lot, approval of revision school policies, Mrs. Lane.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. As you mentioned, policy revisions were presented to the board for first reading at the June 12th board meeting. Proposed policy revisions do reflect efforts to bring policies into compliance with new or existing laws or guidance, and as Mr. Martin mentioned, there were a significant number of changes coming out of this year's General Assembly. Policy revisions have been recommended, reviewed, and verified for legality by the Virginia School Boards Association. Are there any questions from the board regarding the policies?
I just have a comment. I know a couple of the changes added, the need or option for committees from the board, and I personally asked Mr. Martin about it, and he, will bring those up to the board in the future meeting.
Mr. Kraft, I know you have something.
Yeah, I have just a comment to, of course, these are policies, and we are the policy makers, of course. But I just want to bring to the attention of our staff policy GCL that deals with professional development in particular. If you read that policy, you know that it is a state requirement that we provide professional development to meet highly qualified professionals. And I say that because I don't want our staff thinking that out of the whim, our central office staff just comes up with professional development just to keep them busy, because I hear that often. Why do we have so much professional development? Well, in order for us to meet the highly qualified professional, I guess if you will, mandate, because it is a state code, then we have to provide certain professional development. And I encourage, all our staff to look at that particular policy, look at what's required, and you'll understand why we do what we do. And you're right, it was a lot of my reading, but a lot of policies. But that's why we provide the professional development that we do, because it is a state code that we have to follow.
It's also a strategic goal.
Part of our strategic plan.
Yeah. So, what's required to, and we aspire to, what?
I'll leave it at that.
I got it. Any other questions or comments? Okay. If there are none, do we have a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I approve the revisions to the school board policies.
All right.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hardy, second by Mr. Edwards. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, we are unanimous. Thank you both very much. All right, we are up to the superintendent's report. Dr. Blakely.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have attached a preliminary, review for the board today of a document that Mrs. Easley and I have been working on together. I'm hoping that it will be visible. Ms. Fulcher is pulling that up for us. Yes, so as part of our ongoing commitment to communicate more clearly and succinctly with the community about all of the positive things that are happening in our school division, we have prepared an annual report. And this is going to become part of the work that we will deliver to the community every year. So this is an annual report dated fall of 2025. So it reflects some data as we've moved up to this point, and it also previews some of the things that we're going to be doing in the coming year to years. And so what I want to focus on first of all is that it does have the marker of our new strategic plan, RISE 2030, which is focusing on respect, integrity, success, and equity. It is a multi-page document. So Ms. Fulcher, are you controlling right now? If you just want to scroll for us, so that, I think it's a flip book, actually, so click to the right side. Just click to the right and it should advance. No, you went all the way to the end. It's just like the weekly newsletter. There we go, so one more page.
I think I'm at the end. All right, y'all, hang on just a second. Everybody close your eyes. Let me get back to it.
Okay. So as you can see from the table of contents, we've included lots of different points of information here. A message from the superintendent, an introduction to you all as our school board, our strategic plan, some statistics on the division, portrait of a graduate, an alumni spotlight section, SOL data and how we're addressing chronic absenteeism, field house and modern classroom design, human resources and professional development, fiscal year budget review, teacher of the year and division highlights, and the Henry County Public Schools Education Foundation. So you'll find pages to highlight all of these points of pride for us throughout this document. So it is almost in its final stage. We will be posting a digital copy of this to our webpage, but we will also be printing hard copies that we will deliver to the Chamber of Commerce, to local businesses, to our partners here in the county administration, and any other places that you as board members may feel would be advantageous for us to drop off some copies of these. So if each of you would like to take, you know, a stack of 10 or 15 and take those around to maybe local businesses and churches just to distribute, this is our forward-facing opportunity with the community to tell our story and let them know that this is what Henry County Public Schools is. This is who we are. These are the good things that we're doing. This is the real story. Questions?
I'm excited to look through it.
I'm good, just looking at the, index there, with all the areas,
Yes, yes. So this will be our ongoing commitment to publish this every year so that we can mark our progress. We can pat ourselves on the back for jobs well done each year, but also to let the public know these are the real things that are happening in our schools, not the things that get posted on Facebook and the things that get talked about, you know, just in small groups. But this is really Henry County. This is our story.
Very well laid out.
Well, I thank you, and I do want to point out Ms. Easley took my idea, my vision, and she has put it into a format to make it a reality.
Thank you both.
No, thank you. So these will probably go to print, Ms. Easley, here in the next week or so. Yes, and so we'll have copies available, and we'll let you know when those are ready.
I have no doubt that you will let us know.
Yes,
Especially
yes.
when you've got 10 to 15 for us to distribute.
Yes, absolutely. We need to be telling our story.
Appreciate it. It's good.
yeah.
All right. Do you have other items you wish to report, or we?
No, sir, none at this time.
Okay. All right. Now we're up to committee reports, which curriculum and instructions first. So, Mr. Gravel and Mr. Austin.
We have nothing to report at this time. Just
Okay.
going through the summer, and I guess we'll see what's in store after next week.
Okay.
Principals meeting next week, right? So.
This is also the issue, a little of us meeting like every week or two there for a minute. It's like, okay, I just reported to you last week. All right, so thank you very much. Finance and facilities, Mrs. Durden.
Everything that, we have needed to discuss has been out in board grant, so it's everybody on board, so. We haven't
Gotcha.
had a meeting since our last meeting.
Understood. All right, student services, Mr. Hardy and Mrs. Edwards. Hit me.
Mr. Chairman, this is gonna take a few minutes, so
That's
if
fine.
you want to shorten this, just tell me and we will complete it at the next meeting. The way I will start this off today, you all gonna say, how in the world does this refer to Student Services Committee? I had the honor of going up to Mount Hermon Baptist Church on Sunday night, and they had a special ceremony up there for the young lady that was in a major traffic accident that almost came within 1% of her life of being killed on, about a year ago. No, it was in 2023, in December of 2023. The car that she was in with her boyfriend was almost mashed like a pancake. And when they pulled her out the car, they said she had about a 1% chance of survival in order to live. So, just happened when I was at church the other night, I seen Miss Anderson there. And Miss Anderson, as most of us know, she is the horticulture teacher at Magna Vista High School. And she said, Mr. Hardy, we are gonna be planting poinsettias this coming week. Why don't you come over and see what we are doing? And when I was teaching agriculture, I did mostly mechanics, outside work and things. as far as FFA was concerned. So I don't know, I do not know much about poinsettias. So, I went over there this past Wednesday. Mr. Easley, you need to change that in my report I sent to you. I said it Tuesday, but I went over there yesterday, and I was amazed about what was going on. I'll give you a little example here. She will have 1,300 of these lately in the greenhouse. And what she will do, she will fill this up with soil media, her and her students. Let me make sure, that's why I called it in the student committee report. She will fill this with soil media, and it will go about 1 inch to the top. And after she does that, just so happened yesterday when I came in, I was over there about 12:30. She invited me, so I went over there. And so just so happened when I came in, the poinsettias came in also. And they are little plugs. They are not seeds now. They were seeds at one time, but they are little plugs. And what she will do, and her students, her officers, and anybody else in the FFA organization or agriculture, they will fill this with soil up to about this point here. And then all they will do is take a finger or take a stick or whatever, punch a hole down in the middle here about that far, and then they will plant the little seed down, little plug down in there. And the little plug already has leaves on it. And they will start growing, and by Thanksgiving, they will be big enough to sell, and I'm sure she will be taking orders now. If y'all want to do anything, don't want to get any of those from her. And also, what is so neat, those that are not sold, she will donate them to organizations around here that are charity organizations, churches and so on. And I know Mackenzie at Bassett, she knows very much what I'm talking about. I don't think they do too much work with poinsettias at Bassett, but they do work with a lot of other stuff. So I'm pretty sure she knows what I'm talking about. Ms. Edwards, do you have anything to add as far as your experience with poinsettias?
I just love them. I love
Yeah, they are
poinsettias.
beautiful.
They're
They
beautiful, and I have purchased poinsettias from Magna Vista before.
Okay.
But I did want to, not necessarily regard poinsettias, but I also want to commend Ms. Easley, I had a chance to go by Billdale for the book giveaway and the science project. I just think little science kits, and I just think that is so wonderful to be able to give back and give to the community during the summer. So I want to commend you for that.
Thank you very much. All right. Appreciate the report from you both. Now, Ms. Wilson, my joke is, since it's your first meeting, I'm not gonna hold you to a committee report. Now, if you have anything you'd like to add, since you just got referenced in the other report, feel free to comment.
I don't really have anything.
Not just yet, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just started, we got it. All right, so the next part, is gonna be board celebrations, and I will start back down here with Mr. Bradley, and we'll work our way back around.
Well, I'd just like to welcome Ms. Wilson to our board. This is something we started several years back, and what I would encourage you to do, we like to hear from what's going on in our schools, so be very vigilant, around school, and, bring any suggestions that you may have to the board, so that we can possibly act on. Okay, so, welcome to the board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bradley. Mr. Hawker.
I don't really have a whole lot since I was incapacitated, I guess you would say.
My joke is still your workers' comp claim, but anyway.
Well, if there's any way that you can learn anything when you're walking with a cane, is humility. You are very humble, but relying on people and their strength gives you hope. I welcome you to the board. I'm glad that you're on the board, and I think you're gonna contribute a great deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hawker, my only joke there is gonna be, I know people with canes that aren't necessarily the most humble, but.
Well, that's true.
I was gonna say, I think it's more of a, you thing there. But Mrs. Durden.
I'll just celebrate everything Mr. Scott's doing throughout all the schools. I know we get it in our boardroom every week. That's a really long list. They're definitely all working hard, and just welcome to the board. We're excited you're here.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Mr. Hardy.
Mackenzie and I go back for several years because we were working in the FFA and so on. So she will be an outstanding board member as far as a student board member, and very, very smart girl, not just in the FFA, not just in agriculture. She does well in everything, and one of the best young ladies that I have ever met. So I'm so glad you are on the board with us. Appreciate you being here.
Mrs. Edwards.
Again, just, good to be here. Welcome to the board. Glad to have you and look forward to hearing and seeing what you have to bring to from your school from a student perspective. And again, accommodations on the brochure. Did have a chance to look through that. Job well done. Really speaks volumes of the school system.
And now that we've sufficiently made you blush, Ms. Wilson, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I'm thankful that I'm here. I can't wait to get to meet every single one of you. So I'm excited for this upcoming year.
I want to echo Mr. Gravely and several other members' remarks on, we very much value any input you have, including the fact that Mr. Hardy's over there selling how smart you are even beyond what we already know. So, and he may be the one who has the most personal knowledge with you. But do just want to let you know that if there's anything, and do not feel, my comment that I'm sure your predecessors know very well from me is I will give you the floor, you can get recognized, etc. You can contact outside the meetings, etc. The only two things you're not allowed to do are motion and vote. But you can comment on any discussion we have, and there's been times where a student member, we have a motion or item up for debate that they have brought a comment up that really kind of steered the direction of where we went from there. So I want you to recognize and I feel you do, the value that we put into your perspective. So want to appreciate your time, and thank you for all you're doing, and we look forward to similarly meeting with you and getting to know you better and bringing you fully into the fold. All right. On my end, the two things that I have to update, one, as I mentioned last month, and I want to thank a variety of people, Mr. Scott, Mrs. Easley, Dr. Blake Lewis, our friends in the media, etc. We've got the Brenda Riggins Memorial Blood Drive at Stanley Town on Saturday. We currently have, unless somebody signed up this morning, 46 pledged donations. So hopeful to have a good day there, and thankful for all the support that goes into making that happen. And then on top of that, on the Lions Club, Meadow View Inclusive Playground Project added to Mr. Scott's long list of summer projects. That has been ordered, and that is anticipated, at least according to the vendor and others, to be installed, depending on weather and other factors, roughly end of August, beginning of September timeframe. So just wanted to update the board as to that. They are quite excited. I know that, at least for my role and both as a member of that club and for us, I'm excited for that to be finally coming towards the finish line. So I did want to bring those up in addition to certainly our welcome to Ms. Wilson, and as many of you mentioned, I want to give a shout out to a variety of staff, Dr. Blake Wilson, others, whether it be the foundation, the brochures. I know some of us got to go to the movie night at Laurel Park last month, and I thought that while there was some technical difficulties, I loved the thought behind it, and I felt those who attended were quite pleased in the end, including some that trucked through it all to the very end. So I look forward to seeing more of those. I heard ideas for the next time. So not to keep adding to your plate, but just throwing out there that we like that.
I carry multiple.
I know you do, which is why we can take when you dish out things for us to distribute. Yes.
I have one more.
Sure. Yeah.
I wanna thank you guys for some reason, my wife loves these. And it wasn't a one-time deal. Sometimes we do things and then we don't go back to it, But glad to see we continue with the calendar, magnetic calendar.
Yeah.
We received lots of positive feedback from parents about
Right.
how much that helps them with keeping up with days and things,
Yeah.
so we'll keep doing those.
I was gonna say the same thing, so I'm glad you brought that up as well, Mr. Gravel. Anything else for anybody before I do the nice reminder of dates and close? All right. Well, thank y'all very much for that. So we have that our next regular meeting is the last of the 9 a.m.s, and that's August 7th. We do have the kind of work session at NCI in 2 weeks. So did want to bring that to reminder to everybody's attention. And then conference-wise, we've got the conference on ed that will also be toward the end of the week in 2 weeks. So if you, it's a great conference if you haven't been. So consider getting with Mrs. Easley on if you're going to head to Richmond. Okay, well, those are kind of your meeting and conference reminders. Next and sort of final, we get to closed session. So for the purposes of 2.2-3711A1, Code of Virginia for discussion of appointments and separations of personnel. 2.2-3711A2, the Code of Virginia for discussion and consideration of recommendations for religious exemptions. 2.2-3711A7, the Code of Virginia for consultation with our legal counsel pertaining to actual probable litigation and discussion of pending legal matters with the virtuoso that is Mike Gardner. I had to add something. So,
You may have just invalidated. I'm kidding.
yeah, I was gonna say, I would take it back. All right, all those, well, actually, I gotta say, who makes that motion to that effect? Did I invalidate it by adding that?
So moved.
All right, motion by Ms. Dirk, do I have a second? Second by Mr. Alker. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, we are hereby closed. Thank you all very much.